Da-da-da-da. Let's see. What do we got here? Welcome to Amazing Grace Sports Network. It is NBA Tuesday, where we cover the Eastern Conference. No, we cover the games that happened the night before and the Eastern Conference. And there was a lot that happened. 11 games. There were 11 games played in the NBA last night, including a football game, which ended. Did Buffalo win that football game?
They canceled.
They canceled it?
Yeah.
They canceled it? Is there going to be a makeup game?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They're going to reschedule a football game?
Yeah.
Just flip a coin.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. The Bills were playing. Who were they playing?
Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah. They're going to want to know who wants to win this one. Well, football, that's for another day. That's Monday and Fridays. Today is basketball. We're playing basketball. And we're going to start off with the first game that's on the scoreboard, the Amazing Grace scoreboard here. And that is Phoenix. Phoenix traveled to New York City. Poor people, and hopefully they made it out alive. And they played the New York Knicks, and they took Phoenix, and they lost because they got beat 102-83. Yeah, they got beat by 19 points. It wasn't even a close game. But then again, Phoenix Suns were missing Devin Booker, the number one scorer, who gives them 27 points a game. He was out, and he will be out for another 3 weeks with a groin injury, which means he's going to be in pain. And there really isn't too much to talk about on the Phoenix side. They have a guy named Torrey Craig. He had 8 points. Mikal Bridges had 15. DeAndre Ayton, who's the second leading scorer, doing 17 points a game. He only had 12. Wait a second. Torrey Craig only had 4. Mikal Bridges only had 10. Chris Paul only had 11. And he was a minus 38 while he was on the floor. I don't know how you're a minus 38. Why does anybody leave you out that long? And Landry Shamet, he had 6 points. Yeah, well, okay. That's enough of them. But they got 20, 28, 30, 40. They got 40 points off the bench. Somebody had to score. So I guess somebody had to score for Phoenix. So they got 40 points, 40 some odd points off the bench. But that wasn't enough. That was not enough because New York Knicks put the wood to him. Julius Randle had 28 points. He's averaging 24. Michael Robinson had 8 points. No, he had 10 points. He's averaging 8. Jalen Brunson, he had 24, averaging 20. They're all up to score when they played the Suns. So everyone went over what they usually average. They want to play the Suns every day if they can. Emmanuel quickly had 15, and Quentin Grimes had 12. His average is 10. So everyone likes playing the Suns. Just bring them on in. We can up our averages. They got some points off the bench, but it really didn't matter because they put the wood to them from the beginning. And again, the final score was 102-103. And the Suns set on the Phoenix Suns last night in New York. What do we got for game number 2? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you're coming in and out.
Mr. James?
Coming in and out. What's going on?
I'm coming in and out.
We got, sound. You're good now. Got
I'm
Los
good now?
Angeles. Yeah, we're good. Los Angeles and the Charlotte.
Yeah, Los Angeles. Yeah, you got Los Angeles and the Hornets.
Yes. The Hornets are on the bottom of the standings, and Lakers are not too far from them. But when they come together, guess who won? The Lakers. 121 to 150.
They beat them by 6 points, huh?
They won. That's all that matters. They're on the climb.
They're on the climb, huh?
LeBron James, he played almost all the game. He had 43 points.
Yeah.
Troy Brown, 35 minutes. He had 4 for 8 for 12 points. Thomas Bryant, 37 minutes. He had 9 17 for 18 points. Patrick Beverly, he did 32 minutes for 6 points Then we have my man Schroeder. Schroeder, he did 37 minutes, 15 points. He had what? 15, 20, 25, 27 points off the bench.
There you go. 27 points off the bench. And how many times did Mr. James go to the line? Let me guess. It was over 10.
Yeah, 11 or 15.
Yeah. Somebody gave him 15 foul shots. How can that be?
Hey. Watch out.
They got listen, talking about padding the stats.
Hornets, let's see. PJ. What did PJ do? PJ Washington, 12 points. He played 35 minutes.
12 points.
Gordon Hayward, 26 minutes for 8 points.
Gordon Hayward.
Mason Plumlee, 3 minutes for 18 points. LaMelo Ball. Yeah, he had 18. LaMelo Ball, 38 minutes for 24 points. Terry Rozier.
Oh my gosh.
35 minutes for 27 points. And let's see, they had 4 people
those
on
Hornets,
the bench.
Man. What'd they get?
4 people on the bench, and they hit 10, 20, 21, 26 points.
4 points. I mean, they had 4 people. Only 4 people. 4 people on the bench.
But they all scored.
4.
They all scored and they all played.
I guess that's one way of looking at it. Give them a participation trophy.
They all scored and they all played.
Moving on from the Charlotte Hornets, as everybody else always does. Nice city, though. I've been to Charlotte. It's a nice city. But the team, let's just move on to the game of the night. And I'll tell you why. Because the Chicago Bulls, they went to Cleveland. They played the Cleveland Cavaliers. And they were defeated by the Cleveland Cavaliers, 145 to 134. But Donovan Mitchell scored 71 points in this game. 71.
Them points are out of control.
You can't touch anybody.
That's out of control.
You can't touch anyone without them going to. Anytime you touch someone, it's a foul. And then if you try to get in front of them like you do LeBron or Giannis, they run you over and they give you the foul anyway. So basically, how is anyone supposed to play defense in this league now? That's my point. Anyway, let me get right down to it. Okay, Chicago Bulls.
The 160's coming.
Yeah, you're right. That 160 and 170, that 180's coming. For the Chicago Bulls, we have Patrick Williams. 10 points. DeMar DeRozan, he tried to hold the fort for Chicago. He had 44. Tried his best. His average is 28, so he upped it by 16 points just to play in this, just to make it even, somewhat close contest. You had Nikola Vucevic with 20. And Zach LaVine, 7 for 18. He's always a volume shooter, and he's got to shoot a lot just to even get a couple of points. He was 7 for 18 for 26 points. You have Ayo Dosunmu. And Dosunmu wasn't doing too much yesterday. He only had 11 points. Off the bench, we had 23 points, and we won't even go into that. Nobody had over 6. But for the Cleveland Cavaliers and Donovan Mitchell, they started off with Kevin Love. And there was a Kevin Love sighting. Just like there was a Eric James disappearance right there. All kinds of things are happening here. He keeps falling in and out. Okay, it's just me right here, but let's just take care of business. Bada boom. Yeah, okay, we got this. Oh, he's back. There you go.
We got 2 more games for this. What is the problem today?
let me hurry this up. You had Kevin Love. Then Kevin Love had 12. Lamar Stevens, he had 4. Jarrett Allen, he chipped in 21 points. Karis LeVert, he either scores 40 or he gives you 10. He gave you 10 last night. And then you had Donovan Mitchell. Check out this. He was 22 for 34. Wow.
He was shooting like crazy.
But if you think that's bad, check out the free throws. He had 25 free throws last night.
And he missed 5.
Wow. Could have had 80.
You could have.
Yep. Like 15 from 3-point land, so he was half of that. I noticed LeBron James is 0 for 5 from three-point land, but 22 from 34. And it really doesn't matter what the bench does because they are not part of the equation. 71 points for Donovan Mitchell and the Cavaliers win.
Oh my God.
What you got? What you got? What you got?
All offense, I guess. We got Toronto.
If Michael Jordan played these days, he'd score 100. You know that, Eric? If Michael Jordan played now, he'd score 100.
Reggie?
I said, if Michael Jordan played today, he'd score 100.
Easy.
Easy. You can't touch anybody.
Yep.
Can't get in the way, can't touch him. Donovan Mitchell goes to the line and shoots 25 foul shots. Kidding me. Great play, though, but 25, come on. Uh-oh. He's flickering. Is he back? Hello?
We're freezing a lot today. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but okay. You got the next one. Let's get through it.
You hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. Barely. No, I can't hear him. No, he's out again. He's out.
I hear him. We back.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Can you hear me?
I can see you. I can see you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
The connection is terrible, though. I don't know what's going on. Network connection is you're only. Ooh, you just dropped down to nothing. You know, this is Boston weather for you. Oh, he's back up. He's back up. He's back up. Now I see the network connection's up. He's up to 8 and 10, maybe. See, this is what happens when you're down in the basement. See, I'm up at the top of my house. I don't have a man cave. My house, all my house.
I'm on the first floor. I ain't on the bottom.
Go to the second floor. You might get better reception. Wait a minute. You know what? You need a kid. We can have a kid hold an antenna the way they used to have us hold antennas back in the day. We would hold the antenna so that the television, you can get a good reception on the television. You remember that? That's what your kids were for, to hold the antenna. Yeah, he's freezing. I'm probably going to have to do the Toronto Raptors. He's freezing up.
All right, I'm ready.
Are you back?
Can you hear me now?
All right, I can hear you now. Let's go.
I'm here. You hear me?
Okay.
All right, Toronto. Let's see. Let's go. Toronto Raptors. Let's see. Pascal Siakam. I always mess with the name. 39 minutes, 26 points. OG Anobi, 40 minutes, 17 points.
OG.
He hit 7 of 20. Let's see. Barnes. Scotty Barnes. Terrible. 40 minutes, 23 points. Fred Van Vliet. He had 30. He played 36 minutes, 9 points. And then we have Gary Trent.
Yeah. Gary Trent Jr. Well, he had 32 points. Yeah.
Trent Jr. had 32 points. You hear me now?
32 points. Got it.
This connection is awful today.
It is. It's terrible.
All right. We go to Indiana. The bench is. When you talk about the bench, they barely. What they 7 points? Jesus Christmas.
7 points. They had 7. 7 points.
And they won Indiana Nesmith. Mr. Miles Turner, 31 minutes, 18 points. Andrew Nebhard, 5 points. Hal Burton, 32 minutes, points. And Mr. Hill, Buddy Hill, he did 30 minutes for 19 points. And then Benedict Mathurin came off the bench for 27 minutes, hit 21 points. And they won 114. Strike that. They won 122 to 114.
Indiana's bench scored 55 points.
Yeah, they did.
The Indiana's bench scored 55 points. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. All right, game number 5. We have the New Orleans Pelicans traveling to Philadelphia to take on the Philadelphia 76ers. And if you took New Orleans and 8 points, you lost. Because Joel Embiid and company defeated them 120 to 111. That's right, 120 to 111. But let's start off with the Pelicans, since they lost. Zion Williamson had 26 points, and that is his average, 26. Jonas Valanciunas. Jonas Valanciunas. He had a good whopping 8 points, so he didn't contribute too much. Oh, no, Herb Jones. Herb Jones had 8 points, and Jonas had 12. Yeah. Then we have Christian McCollum, also known as CJ McCollum, or Christian Jr. McCollum, or Christian McCollum Jr., so they call him CJ. He had 26 points. He did do some work in that game. And Trey Murphy, he had a big whopping 8 points with 31 minutes. CJ played 39. Trey played 31 and gave you 8 points. And they didn't get much there. Got Najee Marshall on the bench, gave him 10. Willie Herman Gomez gave him 9. And Jackson Hayes gave him 10. They had a total of 31 points on the bench, and it was not enough. Why? Because Joel Embiid, or Embiid, however you want to call it, he had 42 points. 42 by himself. He's averaging 34. He had 42. Then you have PJ Tucker. This is not even, I don't even know why he's still playing. He had 3 points. I don't know what 3 points. Tobias Harris had 5. DeAnthony Melton had 11, and James Harden had 27 on 8 for 19 shooting. That James Harden, that marksman. You know what? If it's not for Joel Embiid, this team would be in the cellar of probably the worst team in the league. Because nobody does anything on this team except Joel Embiid. Whatever they're paying him, he should be getting double, and they shouldn't even argue paying him that. Okay, that was game number 5. What we got for game number 6? Oh, it's dead in the water again. I see. I wish I could point this out to you, ladies and gentlemen. There's a big red dot where his there he goes. Now he's back. I got him now. Well, you know what? I know a couple of songs I can sing in between while we're waiting for him to come back. Chances are. Are you back?
Next story. Yep, San Antonio.
Okay, but we got
Nets.
San Antonio and the Nets.
Yeah, 139 to 103. They put it on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
Woo!
Wow.
Smoked them.
San Antonio did. Let's see. Jeremy Sockner.
Yeah, Jeremy Sockner.
2 minutes for 5 points.
5 points. 5 points. 5 points.
Keldon Johnson, 25 minutes. He hit 22 points.
You got him 22.
Jacob Polite.
Yeah, whatever. Poto.
He did 20 minutes for 6 minutes. Mr. Jones,
6.
let's see.
6 points.
Trey Jones, 23 minutes, another 6 minutes, 6 points. And
6 points.
Vassell, let's see. Devin Vassell, 26 minutes for 14 bench. Yeah, they did a little bit.
Yeah, at least they got something off the bench. They got 48 points off the bench.
10 point, yeah, a little bit. But when you look at the Nets, they got busy. 29 minutes, 25 points.
29 minutes.
Claxton had a good game last night. He would not be denied.
Plus 18.
Mr. Claxton, he did.
He only played 20 minutes. Had 10 points.
For 27. Sims, 24 minutes. He had 2-5 for 4 points. Big Ben.
4 points. Ben
Let's see.
Simmons.
Seth Curry hit. They did 22 minutes for 16 points.
And the bench had 59
TJ
points.
Warren, 18 points. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody played.
59
Everybody
points.
played,
59 points from the bench.
So
59 points from the bench. And they beat him by 36 points.
Wow. Spread the wow.
Woo! Well, that was a close game. We're gonna move on to a game that was a little bit closer than that. The Dallas Mavericks went into Houston, and they defeated the Houston Rockets 111 to 106. Yes, this was a close game, but really it wasn't really that close. The Mavericks had it all along. Let's just get with it, okay? We have Christian Wood, and Christian Wood originally wasn't playing at the beginning of this year. But now they finally inserted him into the starting lineup. He had 29 minutes, 21 points. Tim Hardaway Jr., 37 for 21 points. Reggie Bullock. I don't know what's going on with Reggie. Reggie ain't looking too good. Nope. Reggie played 42 minutes and only had 8 points. It's not looking very good for Reggie. Yes, Spencer Dinwiddie. He had 38 minutes for 11 points. And thank God there was a Luka Doncic sighting, or else they would have lost to the hapless Houston Rockets, the hapless and inept Houston Rockets. Luka Doncic had 39 points in 41 minutes. Luka, you need to put your hand up and say, I need rest. And it was only 11 points that came from the bench. Okay, this is just too much to say about this Dallas Maverick team. They are all out of whack. We will get to the Houston Rockets, and tell me if you know anybody on this team, because I'm going to name these names off, and I bet you don't know anyone. There's a Jabari Smith. He had 11 points, and no, I've never heard of him before. There's an Alperen Sengun. Yeah. Alperen played 26 minutes for 16 points. Erick Gordon, now, that's a name I know. He used to be a Clipper. Erick Gordon from back in the day, 3, 4, 5 years ago, was a very, very good player for the Los Angeles Clippers. He had 19 points in 33 minutes. The no guy is carrying the team. The guy's pushing about 30 to 40. Then we had Kevin Porter, 19 for 25, and Jalen Green for 20. The bench for the Houston Rockets gave him a whopping 19 points. And that was all that could be said for this game because it is over.
They lose.
Gone.
We have Denver and Minnesota. Denver just beat.
Yeah, they did.
What's going on? Wow.
Us being the Celtics. See, they got up for the Celtics, and then when they played the Minnesota Timberwolves, they let them run all over them. Everyone's bringing the A game when they play a top team. You got to know that. You're going to get a team's A game.
Yeah. Denver. Aaron Gordon, 33 minutes, 4 points. Michael Porter, 7 minutes for 18 points.
18 points.
Kola Jokic, 33 minutes for 24 points. He had 10 of 20 on his field goals. Let's see, Jamal Murray, 36 minutes for 14 points.
14, not very good. Kentavious. Is that a Roman name, Kentavious? Like Augustus? Well, anyway, it's a catchy name. Okay, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
You're breaking up again.
I'm going in and out.
Yeah.
All right, how we doing? I can hear you now.
You back.
All right.
Now. All right,
All
Jaden
right.
McDaniels.
Hey now.
Minnesota.
21 points. Okay. He's got Kyle Anderson for 19, Rudy Gobert for 8, Jane Noel for 17, and Anthony Edwards for 24 because he just faded out again. But that's what it means. Denver Nuggets lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves 124 to 111. And without further ado, we're going to move on to game 9 because we're not going to keep you fans here just going through this. We're going to try to entertain you with some jokes if we knew some. Obviously, we're going to have to get some. We're going to have some, one of these, when you have a rain delay, like a rain delay in baseball, we're going to have to be able to tell you jokes in between. Okay. How do you know a cow's having a bad day?
But the thing is, we don't stay in live and who's freezing.
I know. We don't know which one is doing it, but so we're both going to have to tell jokes. Where do you meet a cow who's having a bad day? It's just a joke. Where do you meet a cow who's having a bad day? At a fast food restaurant.
What?
That's right. When you meet a cow having a bad day, he's in a burger.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, that's the best I got. When you come up with something else, you let me know. Okay, Atlanta Hawks. We move on to game number 9. Atlanta Hawks. Now, this was a close game. Atlanta Hawks against the Golden State Warriors. And I believe the Golden State won by 1 point. Give me the score on that game. I'm just going to read everything off, but I know they won by 1 or 2 points on the last-minute shot in overtime. It was like 140 to 139. No? Can't hear me, huh? Well, I'll have to look that up for myself. You know what? Oh, my gosh. Maybe this is the reason why. Maybe there's something going on here. Oh, boy. I'm probably going to have to finish it. There you go. Yeah, I think it might have something to do with something going on with my end here. Maybe you tried to sign on before. Anyway, we're just going to have to complete this. I'm just going to have to run it down and run it back. Okay? The Atlanta Hawks, and I'm going to give you guys a game on this because I know Atlanta lost. Yes, they did, but not by much, ladies and gentlemen. It was a very close game. So I'm going to give you the rundown on what happened, sort of, kind of. Somehow, some way. Switch it up. Okay, here we go. There we go. They won. They lost. Atlanta lost by 2 points, 143 to 141. 143 to 141. All right, I'm just going to get right down to it. No other way to do it, but to get down to it. Can you hear me now? We're going to get right down to it. I think it's something, and I don't think I can change it up right in the midstream. So we're going to go with it. Okay, for Atlanta, you had John Collins. He had 25 points. Good player. Onika Okongwu had 16. DeAndre Hunter had 17. Trae Young had 30. And DeJounte Murray had 25. They were all around their averages. As a matter of fact, each one upped over their average, but it still was not enough. They got 27 points from the bench. And, what was it? 21 from Bogdanovich. That's Bogdan, not Bojan. Bogdan Bogdanovic gave him 21 points, but they only got 27 points from the bench totally. The Golden State Warriors missing Steph Curry, and that's a good 30-point game there. Wait till you hear this one. Draymond Green played 45 minutes and had 5 points. Kevin Looney played 32 minutes. He had 14. Klay Thompson, he played 46 and he had 54. Close game. But DiVincenzo, he played 44 minutes and had 8 points. And Jordan Poole had 28 and 45 minutes. They got 34 minutes from the bench, and that was enough to win the game. And let's see if we can get anything a little bit different here. Okay, he looks good now. Can you hear me? He's still frozen. And it's still... Okay, we're just going to have to keep going anyway. I can't seem to get him. We're going to move on to the Denver Nuggets. Aaron. Okay. Denver Nuggets, they played the Minnesota Timberwolves. I can't hear you. Just stay right there. I'll read it off and you can hear me. You know what? Call me on the phone. Yeah, remember the old school. We're going to get this thing done. Okay? The Denver Nuggets, they traveled to Minnesota to play the Timberwolves. That's right. And if you took Denver, you lost. No, we already did that one. Yes, we did. We're moving on down the line. Okay. We got 11 here. He would have done 10, so why don't I just do 10 and 11? And 11 is, number 10 is the Detroit Pistons. Detroit went to Portland from Detroit. They went to Portland. Yes. They take planes these days. They don't have to ride by bus anymore, so they were fresh and relaxed. And Detroit lost. Detroit lost 106 to 135. Or we could say Portland won 135 to 106. Yes, they got beat by 29 points, those Detroit Pistons. They weren't motoring down the highway on this one. Matter of fact, they were moving kind of slow. They were moving too slow. And they got caught in the headlights by the Trailblazers who blazed over them. We're going to start off with Bojan Bogdanovic. Remember now, there's two Bogdanoviches. One is Bogdan. The other one is Bojan. Well, Bojan had his usual 21 points. He averages 21. He got 21. He only played 25 minutes, so he got 21 points in 25 minutes. So that's pretty good. But I guess there was no need to play him after you're down by 40 points. So they just sat him off to the side. Sadiq Bey. He played 27 for 9 points. Isaiah Stewart, 28 minutes for 9 points. Jalen Durden played 22 minutes and got a whopping 5 points. Big fiver. I'm going to call you. You're not getting away from me. 2-5. This is what you have to do with friends. You have to call them. So I'm going to call him now and make sure that I get him on this. Otherwise, I will be talking this whole time. And that's not fair. That's right, Mr. James. I'm calling you. There you go. That's right. Jeez.
Can you see?
I can see you. I can't hear you. You're moving around in slow motion. I think when you tried to sign in earlier on the site, we created some sort of mess here because I see 2 tabs for this joined together, and I have no idea why. We'll explain on that later. How about you in the Detroit Pistons game number 10? In the Trailblazers.
Detroit?
Yeah, Detroit and in the Portland Trailblazers.
All right, Detroit 106, Trailblazers 135.
135.
So Bogdanovic.
Bojan, that's Bojan. There's a Bojan and a Bogdan. This is Bojan.
He did 25 minutes for 21 points.
Yes.
We have Mr. Bey, Sadiq Bey.
Sadiki.
27 minutes for 9 points. Mr. Stewart. Let's see. Mr. Stewart. Isaiah Stewart did 28 minutes for 9 points.
9 whole points.
Yeah. Mr. Duran. Jalen Duran. 22 minutes for 5 points.
5 points.
Ivy. Mr. Ivy. Jaden Ivey. 27 minutes for 13 points. Let's see. Who came off the bench? Burks. My man Burks. Alex Burks came off the bench.
I love me some Alex Burks, man. That no nonsense Alex. He's the only one who comes out there and gives you 15 to 20 every night. He doesn't even care.
That's it, right? You wanted to lose.
That's right.
Mr. Diallo.
Diallo.
Amindu Diallo. He gave 21 minutes for 16 points. Total over. They're 106. They still lost 106, 135 to the Trail. Let's see what's Grant. Let's see on the Portland Trailblazers side, Mr. Grant. Jeremy Grant, 28 minutes for 36 points. Nukarit. Jusuf.
Yeah, I think he probably pronounces it Joseph or Joseph. Same thing, right? Joseph. Yeah.
He only scored 3 points.
Forget about him. Why did we even mention him?
David Lillard, he did 29 minutes for 13 points.
Yes.
Mr. Josh Hart, 28 minutes for 6 points. And Mr. Simmons.
Anthony Simmons.
Simmons, 33 minutes for 30 points.
There you go. All this time we've been killing his name. He finally steps out and gets 30 points. Who knows? This guy might become one of the leading scorers in the league because it looks like Damian Lillard is taking a rest these days.
All-Star break. So.
Yeah. We're going to move on to the last game that happened last night. The Miami Heat traveled all the way from Miami, the furthest point on the East Coast, to Los Angeles to take on the Clippers. That's right, Clipper fans and California fans. You got whipped by a team that traveled about 3 or 4 hours just to get there. Yes? Miami Heat defeated the LA Clippers 110-100. Now, I am no fan of the Miami Heat. I can tell you how you lost, Clippers. They nickeled and dimed you to death, okay? Pick and roll, screens, back pick and rolls, front clutching and grabbing and flopping and fishing and slithering. Yeah, I feel sorry for you, but that's just the way the Miami Heat play. And the majority of the time, the NBA lets them get away with it, and they will win. They will tire you out, wear you down, and next thing you know, the time has expired and you're down by 5 to 10 points and you have lost the game, which is what happened in this one. So we'll just get right down to it. Jimmy Butler played 32 minutes, and they make him play minutes too. Jimmy Butler played 32 minutes and scored only 9 points. Caleb Martin played 14 and scored 2. Bam Adebayo played 37 and scored 31. Kyle Lowry played 28, scored 6. Tyler Hero played 39 and scored 23. That was for Miami. And off the bench, let me see. Did they get? Yeah, they got 39 points from the bench, but primarily from 2 people. Victor Oladipo, formerly of the Pacers, who was out injured, came back. He scored 15, and Matt Strus had 13. That was 28, and somebody else chipped in 11, and that was that. The LA Clippers, the Los Angeles Clippers with Kawhi Leonard, who did not play. It must be management. Some sort of management they're doing with him, so he did not play. They got 14 points from Marcus Morris, 10 points from Ivan Zubac, 9 points from Reggie Jackson. You know, whenever we get on the phone, then I get all these spam calls. Now I'm getting a call from Pennsylvania. You know, and then there's another one and this has happened to everybody. As soon as you call somebody, now me and him hadn't talked on the phone, so I got no calls whatsoever. But as soon as I picked up the phone and called him, there's been 2 spam calls already. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Paul George tried to pick up the slack. He had 25. And Terrence Mann from the Field of Dreams, he had a whole 9 points in 23 minutes. And they got 33 points from the bench. But it wasn't enough because Miami clipped them. They clipped the Clippers, and that was that. That was game over. Now we can move to the Eastern Conference. And there's going to be a little surprise happening in the Eastern Conference this week because the Brooklyn Nets have won 10 games in a row and are now in 2nd place. There's happiness in New York. Absolutely. They've been waiting around 3 or 4 years for this to happen.
You know, but the Knicks are not too far behind.
Where are those Knicks at? Number 8. Man, they got something to root about in New York. Maybe crime will go down. What do you think?
You got the Nets and the Knicks are in position for the playoffs right now.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. You know, they will both be eliminated in the first round.
Hey, the Knicks won 5-5, last 5 games.
Let me see what's going on with the Knicks. Yeah, well, yeah, they're 5-5. Yeah. They must have lost 5 before then. Well, the Boston Celtics are still on top of the East. They're number 1. Brooklyn Nets number 2. Milwaukee Bucks number 3. And the Cleveland Cavaliers are hanging around. They're number 4. Now they're going to be a tough out. They're going to be a tough out. I believe they'll be a tougher out than Brooklyn. And if any of you Brooklyn fans think differently, leave a comment. I want to hear why you think Brooklyn's going to last past the first round of the playoffs when they play one of the. Oh, excuse me. If Brooklyn is at the top, they're going to play one of the lowest seed teams. Oh, they might definitely last a little longer. Yeah, they'll get to the end, and then either the Celtics or the Bucks will put them out, or maybe Cleveland will put them out. Yeah, because they have no defense whatsoever. Okay, number 5. We should just call them the Joel and Beavers. You know, Joel and company, because there's nobody on that team doing jack squat except for Joel and Embiid. It's disgusting.
They're falling slopes. They'll be in the bottom. They'll be in the bottom two.
Yeah.
Of the 10, get 9 or 10 spot.
Yeah. Hopefully they play. No, I know what team they can be. They can beat Brooklyn. Okay, Indiana Pacers. The enigmatic Indiana Pacers always. It's been a long time since they had Chuck Person and the rest of those guys when they had a decent team. But they're in 6th place. We have Miami Heat. Gosh, it's like they're just like like the flu. They won't ever go away. They play that way too. But they're there at number 7, climbing their way up, and right behind them are the New York basketball Knicks. The New York Knicks, who haven't won a title since 1973. Man, huh? What happened? Wow, I can't remember when was the last time in the playoffs. I think I had hair. Yeah, I think I still had hair when New York was in the playoffs. Back when they had Patrick Ewing. Yeah, it's been a while. That's been a long while. The Atlanta Hawks are pulling it up at number 9, and the Washington Wizards, guess what? We're at number 10 at 17-21. They've won 17 games and lost 21. That's terrible. It's terrible. The 500 teams are going to make it, but that's the way they do it. After that, you got Chicago Bulls, Toronto Raptors, Orlando Magic, Charlotte Hornets, and the Detroit Pistons. Gosh. Detroit, always breaking your heart.
Yeah, Detroit's a long way down. The Knicks can get there, Detroit can get there too.
Yeah, if the Knicks can do it, Detroit can get there. Now, I'm going to give you an analogy here. There's 16 teams in each of the conferences. There's 15 for NBA, and there's 16 in football, the NFL. Do you know that only 6 of the 16 teams in the NFL in both conferences have winning records? I mean, are above 500. That is terrible. The NFL is terrible this year. It reminds me of the NBA. The NBA and the NFL are getting comparable as far as what the product that's being put out on the floor. It's terrible.
And by the way, the Knicks last time they won the playoffs was 2012-13 season.
Oh my gosh.
Beat the Celtics in 6 games in the first round.
What was the Celtics? 2012?
2012, before falling to the Indiana Pacers.
Gosh, it's just terrible. The NBA's got to do better with their product, and so does the NFL, because you just can't have. I don't know. I mean, we love sports. Obviously, we love sports, but you're really not caring about the fan when you're giving them sub 500 teams to make it in the playoffs. Yeah, you're not. Supposedly, all this money that they're getting, they're not putting back into the team. I'll give you an example. The NFL. Do you know Alabama has a better rehabilitation and sports facility for their players to work out than any team in the NFL? Alabama. And then the same thing's happening with the NBA. They don't put money into any of these things of training their players, getting them, having the right nutrition for them. Basically carrying them all along the way. If you want to put out a good product, you have to do a better job of training, nutrition, and rehabilitation. Yeah. And they're not giving it. They're not getting. And the fans, come on, fans, we deserve it. We're the number one. We're the reason why the sport exists. Okay, so we deserve for them to try to put money into this team or franchise in order to make it better. The Washington Wizards 17-21, Atlanta Hawks 17-20. They are going to make the playoffs, and I guarantee you, there's going to be a lot of sub 500 teams vying for that 9th, 10th. That's what the cutoff is, the 10th spot, right? Yeah, that 9th and 10th spot. And that's terrible. as Charles Barkley would say. It's terrible.
Some of these teams don't look like their record when they're playing.
No.
They don't look like their record when they're playing. But then you look at the standing, like, wow, they're way at the bottom, and they start off really nice, fall by the wayside. So a lot of it is coaching, you know.
Coaching, training. They have to do a better job of it. I think they have to do a better job. If you're going to ask 82 games out of these guys, just like the NFL now is asking 17, and everyone's getting injured in the NFL. 26 out of the 36 quarterbacks in the NFL were injured this season.
Well, they need a better protocol with those headshots. Because Miami's they're shameful. How's it get
three concussions?
3 concussions. That's just a concussion takes 30 days minimum to heal.
Woo!
So why is he back in the game after the first one?
You know what they're going to say? They're going to say he said he was good and he passed the protocol.
Everybody's good to pull out.
Well, they said, "Can you play?" And he said yes.
That's the wrong answer. That's not cool.
It's football. They're going to get that. Yeah, but here's the problem. He's out. So who you got? Teddy Bridgewater or Skylar Thompson? 26 of the starting 32 quarterbacks in the NFL have been out injured. You won 17 games off these guys, but you can't keep them healthy. Just like 82 games. You want 82 games. You're going to have to do a better job. College does a better job of taking care of their athletes than professional sports. That's what I'm driving at here. College does a better job of protecting their athletes than professional sports. And that's ridiculous. I mean, when you say the NCAA does something better than you, oh, gosh, one of the most corrupt organizations there are, the NCAA. And they're actually doing a better job of protecting athletes.
The pros, NFL's the NBA is the final line. Like everybody lives to get there.
Yeah.
When you get there, they're for them, you know.
And they're not there for you. You have to get. It'd be nice, They talk about they want this and that, and this kind of stuff. But the athlete, they're not taking care of the athlete. And with that, we're not going to get much further into that because that's a never-ending story. We can go all the way back to Red Grange and Jim Thorpe. We go all the way back to Bob Cousy and Tom Heisen when he got an Achilles tear, and the whole thing. We just wish he just hung up on me. First he hangs up on me on this. Is he back? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Now he just hung up on me. Well, this has been a interesting affair here today. We must admit. And we have been on for a period of time. So we've been on since, hold on. Here we go.
I can hear you talking, but you can't hear me.
Right. This has been an interesting affair. And when we sign off, stay on, because there's a couple of things I'm going to try to see if I could have done something a little bit different here. But we're going to close out because it's been bizarre, but interestingly bizarre. Donovan Mitchell scored 71 points. Klay Thompson scored 54. Somebody's going to score 100 because you can't touch anybody these days. And we're just here to watch. That's all we can do. And with that, I'm signing off. I'm Clay Morris, and you are Erick James. Amazing Grace Sports Network. We were in, and now we're out. See you on Thursday. Ciao.